Checkity check, check, check. Copy link address. Oh, that's fun. You want to close that though. There we go. Hello, check, check. I don't think I've ever streamed anything before. Huh. I'm just going to work on this thing for a minute to see if, not if anybody shows up, because I'm very sure that they will not. But because I want to. One of the things I was trying to do is like add view trends. This is literally a view app in the CodePen 2.0 editor. And it's got, you know, through some blood, sweat, and tears and help from Alex Revere and stuff, we have View Router working on it. So there's a router.js and some paths set up for 3 different pages. And as you click between the pages, it's got the hash routing thing going on, web hash history. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, somebody, is that, I bet that's Ends. What's up, dude? I have no idea how this works, but I'm doing it. I kind of want to, I have a green screen thing behind me it's tempted to try to use, but this is just a whim that I had 5 minutes ago, so here we go. So you click the pages and they change pages with view transitions, and the way that works is literally just, this is a native browser API, start view transition. Is the code way too small? Now I'm worried about that. A little bit bigger, just some browser zooming did the trick there. Start view transition is just like a thing that you call, and then when the DOM changes, after that's over, it tweens between the two things. So by virtue of each of these grid items having a view transition name on them, grid item 1, grid item 2, etc., they are subject to that view transition, which I don't have to, because look, if I delete all this CSS, you don't need the CSS, just me trying to wrestle control over it. After this rebuilds, it'll just switch between these pages doing nothing, which is totally fine. Or there's like a little bit of a quick fade, I guess. Like it has some transition, which is okay. But now I'm like, okay, the dash old, which is like the outgoing element, you can attach an item to. And I don't know that there's a way other than just like a star on here. If I put star, it's every old transitioning element, which is cool, I think. But I wanted to have a little bit of a delay on each one, you know, like as you change the pages, each one of them falls down like in a staggering kind of effect. And I think there's some kind of cool thing in the future where we're going to go like, I think it would be like calc sibling index times 0.1 or something like that, which would be pretty sweet. Because then if you could just go star here, you wouldn't need any of the rest of this. You could just do it once. I think that makes sense. But for now, I added each individual one. There's 5 ones here. Oh, there's like a troll kind of person. I'm going to try the timeout feature. Don't be annoying. Cool. So this one is grid item 1. So when it's old, it fades out over half a second, but it's delayed by half a second. And the second grid item, this one about usability testing, is grid item 1, but the new one doesn't have any delay on it. It should just happen right away. So my theory is that if the new ones waited longer, the new ones are waiting longer here, that My idea is that they would wait to come in, but see, this is what I'm struggling with is this like they show up immediately. When I hit design, you'll see the design card immediately, which I don't want it to do. I want the look of the thing to wait for a second and then slide in. So you see the old ones slide out. Maybe like Z Index could kind of handle it or something. That like the old ones are always on top. Could I pull that off somehow? Maybe it's as simple as that, right? These ones are always on top and these ones are always below. This is a stupid thought. Design. Yeah, see, it just shows up immediately. I want to wait for it to show up. Maybe the cards should start as opacity 0, like that's their default styles. So a card, grid item. Maybe if grid items were just opacity 0 to begin with, and then the animation is what forced them to. I'm worried that these are just going to disappear now. Yeah. So they'll show up maybe for a minute while the animation is running. No, they don't even do that. That's obnoxious. This view transition stuff is pretty new. It's not like super duper 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 new, but it's new enough that I don't have it locked into my head how it works. So my idea is that when you click food, the navigation takes place and you've clicked food and a new component is going to render. So you've clicked it and then the component becomes food, and in app.view, the thing, router view, becomes the page food, which just loops over these cards and plops them out onto a grid. So like that happens immediately. And when it does, I want the cards that come in to like not be visible until their animation completes. But it's like it's almost like view router is like in competition here with these view transitions. I'm not super sure what to do about it. So the old items fade down and the new items fade up, and the fade up animation starts them at opacity 0. So it's like they show up immediately and then slide up again. It's very strange. Slide down, slide up. Slide down, slide up. Yeah, I see. I think I understand what's going on. So it's like this card is being treated as both old and new. Because I think old and new, when it's not a page transition, which this is not a page transition. So there kind of isn't old and new. Like the contents of this grid item gets swapped out, and the new one is just grid item 1 still. It's like both old and new. Don't know. Don't know how to handle this. I don't think this is the way, though. I think this way is flawed. It makes me want to use it, though. It's just because the items are both the old and the new one. What do you do with that? Like I want to like delay the replacement of them. Like view, I want to like hold on a second. Like this. Before you resolve, maybe this is the key, this little callback right here. It's like I want you to wait for half a second or something. Like fade them out. Fade them out here, because after you run view transition, that can be in charge of fading them in. So can we fake a fade out? let's get rid of the CSS so it's like not competing for now. And then in the router, do I have access to, maybe I just go like document.body.classlist.add like fade grid items out. And then after the await, remove it. Maybe inspect. Where's the body? Can I watch it happen? It has a class, so it's doing the trick. It's just happening really, really fast. So maybe let me not remove it for now. Let me just add it and see if we can utilize that. Inspect, why is it not opening the thing? So here's the body. Oh yeah, there's the class on it. And the class is just going to stay on it, which is fine. So now in these view transitions, the body, if we go like, and fade these things out, select the grid items, grid item, and like run that fade down situation, this one. Is that going to make them all disappear? Meh, 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 meh. I feel like that might be part of the recipe though. So now you fade them down. And then if we put this back, is it going to happen too fast when you remove the class? Yeah, it like happens too fast. It's like do I put a set timeout? Is that like, that feels like old school bad for some reason. But I want to wait until that animation is complete. Can't you do that somehow? Like watch an item for its on animation end like event or something? But how would I do it? I would want to get my hands on like what? The very last item? Or something? And then wait for it? Or should I just do a set timeout for now because I'm sloppy like that? Like I don't want to do this long term, but maybe this will prove out the concept. Like after 1.1 seconds or whatever it is, then do this, but remove the class. Okay, maybe. So I click food, they fade down, and then they come back in. So now, maybe the half of this CSS will still work, maybe. So like just the new stuff will save. So anything that's old goes away. Old, 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 old. And then when they become new, they fade up, fade down. No, that's not quite what I want. Is it like 5% closer to what we want though? Maybe we give up on view transitions entirely. Doop, 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 doop. This would actually be easier if these were actual page transitions. I'm telling you. It's the same page view transition stuff that's literally, it's actually harder. Right? Now they're just going away. But how would we handle it now in this situation? Like, would we add another new class to bring them back? Or how can I, when you remove the class, have the animation like run in the opposite direction? Is that a thing that is even possible to do? So like the grid item in not that situation has like a different animation applied to it. maybe. Design. Yeah, there we go. But they're still doing the instant flip. See, like as soon as I click this link, this switches out. It doesn't like wait to do that. And I don't know how to make it wait to do that. Fade them out. Maybe you put the set timeout at the top. Like before you resolve, you better. No, because we know, like if it was waiting, this set timeout would already prevent it. View router, like delay loading next page. I doubt this is about view router. Maybe it is. I heard Stack Overflow is in steep decline to the surprise of no one. Delay. Lazy loading is like kind of it. Too lazy to like read the docs. Delay transition between routes. Yeah, maybe this. Oh yeah, there's a transition component. Alex mentioned this yesterday. But this is view 2, which is almost surely not what we want. Waiting for the results. Detecting navigation failures. Don't know. It's like this before resolve is nice, but is there a way that the before resolve, will it literally wait for a second before it flips them out? Like again, if I click food, it instantly affects the new card. And they fade down and fade up just like we want, but we wanted to like fade down, then replace the cards, then have them come back up. That's my goal in life. That fades them down. View transition almost doesn't even matter, does it? Like if we just commented all that out, the behavior is going to be exactly the same because we're really not using them. Merp, merp. I'd rather use the web platform feature. I mean, even this, like design changing to food, that should like, it should shrink and these avatars should like move over to the left. I've seen that kind of thing. I mean, view transition is very capable of that. I even threw a view transition name on there thinking that it might just kind of automatically do that. And I'm not sure why it doesn't. And I think it's going to be for kind of a gotcha reason why it doesn't. I think it needs to have some kind of special display type that it doesn't have, or have some kind of containment that it doesn't have. Little gotchas with this view transition stuff. What if we like abort out of this function? Does that mean it never resolves? Yes. So that's kind of cool. Like you can you can stop it. So how do you delay it? View router. Can you delay navigation with before resolve? Navigation guards. It doesn't seem like it would be that rare of a thing to want to do, does it? Maybe if we search for the word delay in here, can return a promise. I don't know about scroll behavior. But the promise returning thing is certainly interesting. I don't know how to do that though. All right, well, maybe we could give up on this. I honestly would prefer to get it working with view transitions anyway. Just kind of save notes for myself. Can prevent navigation entirely with this. And if we bring the CSS back, we'll remind ourselves where we were, which was close but no cigar. Right? What did I mess with to screw this up? I bet it's, oh, is it this? Maybe. Yeah. This is exactly the behavior I want. It's got the staggering, it's got everything. It's just, it doesn't wait to replace the items. The delaying the items happens too fast. So whatever. Maybe we just leave that alone for now. Wait for an epiphany. Wait for another day of streaming, perhaps. You know, why not? And instead, we'll work on something else, like this fake light mode down here is interesting. I could grab, what am I sharing? I think I'm sharing specifically my Arc window, which means if I show you some other browser, it wouldn't work unless I stop sharing the screen and share a different one. But the reason I was going to do that is to show you Safari, because I think in the, where's the app? There's a thing called color mode, which is just one of our view components here. And in color mode, it has a label that says light mode. Well, that's funny. Apparently we were attempting to hide it, but never implemented this class. I don't mind that it says light mode, but it has this attribute of switch on it, which in Safari would, instead of a checkbox, it would render literally as like a back and forth switch. And I think that's kind of cool that you can do that with just one attribute on a checkbox. But here in Chrome, that will not work. But here we would need some kind of a like click handler on this switch, right? I like never ever write in view. So I basically don't even remember how to do it. Don't you need like, isn't it like @click or something? Should we just fake it? Console.log. Hi. So in view, do you have to, because everything is in double quotes, you have to use single quotes inside. Is that actually going to work? Console clear. What is it? Command-Shift-C? No. Maybe it is, but that conflicts with... I'll just do Command-K. Console. Yeah, Command-Shift-C. It interferes, sadly, with Arc's copy URL, which I wouldn't have it any other way, really, because I love that feature. And then if I click this... Yeah. Okay, so that's a click handler in view. Fair enough. We could just have it toggle a class on the body to deal with light mode, or change, you know how light mode generally works is like on the HTML element, it has a color scheme on it. And instead of having it be both like it is now, you could have it like force one or the other. I don't know if that's a good implementation of it, but it might get us started on it perhaps. So color mode, you do... in here, I mean, it should call a function, shouldn't it? I mean, writing JavaScript within double quotes seems like a pain in the butt. Script, do you have to do script setup? What's the difference in view between script and script setup? I don't know. Function, do color mode toggle. Is that become, can I just like put it here? I don't know view at all. Console.log hi. Clear the console. Boop, 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 boop. No. Do you put the parentheses? No. Oh. It's not a function. E dot duked. Mate, do you have to do script setup? Do you have to export this? I'm sure. Oh yeah, look at that. Which thing worked? Probably not export, right? Just script setup did the trick. Clear. Okay, that's fun. So now we can write JavaScript in a more reasonable environment and just say document element dot style dot color scheme equals light or something. We'll like force the issue that way. So now any interaction with this thing is going to set color mode light. Okay, let's verify that it did that by looking at the HTML element. Yeah, and now it has overridden the one in CSS and now it's light. So how do you toggle between them? Do you just be like, if, I guess we could set up state in Vue. That would be a better way to do it. But like I said, I don't even know how it works really. We'll just do it super verbosely. If it's light, then make it dark. Otherwise, make it light. JavaScript, amazing. I'm basically amazing at it. So now we can watch it change at least, right? If we grab that HTML element and start messing with it. No. What did we do wrong? Maybe it wasn't done building or something. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, am I missing a parentheses here? Now that is a Vue error that should be a build error, right? Like totally, like there's a missing paren right here. This is a bug report. Hold on. I'm taking a screenshot so I can remember to report it. The big arrow pointing to the problem. You probably can't see it on my little stream thing because it's not the app that I'm currently sharing. That is a missing parenthesis. Glad my brain saw it. I could see struggling with that kind of problem for a long time. So now if I interact with that thing, yeah, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. Oh, you can see the scroll bars changing. That's satisfying. That's the kind of thing that you get out of that particular function. That's why it's kind of nice to maybe just leave it as light, dark so that you can, it's almost like 3 states is what you want. And that's what we offer on CodePen as well, right? Color, what is it? Mode, do we call it? Dark mode, change site theme. We have dark and light and system is what you want. So in a perfect world, that's what I'm offering on this page too, but we're just being lazy for now because sometimes it's nice to just let the thing do what it's going to do. But now that we're actually using those, that means we can take advantage of it in CSS. So anywhere that we're setting like a hardcore color, we would probably like stop doing that. So do we have any global styles that we're messing with here? That's funny. You can't collapse a comment. That seems like an opportunity. But am I setting a background here? I am to canvas. You'd think that would flop out, but it must be because canvas will change from white to black or whatever as the color scheme changes, which means, yeah, it's this background. Like if that didn't have a background and then we started changing this, would it flop back and forth? Yeah, look at that. It's almost like what we want. Maybe we should just go wherever that page wrap is. These styles, like just get gone with that. And now we have a start at least to this. So this color that's set white right here, that's what we want to stop doing. You never want to set a color without it being, so that'd be in the header where it's setting white. This is a cool opportunity to use this function. We can go, what is it called? Light, dark. And then in light mode, it'd be black. In dark mode, it'd be white. And now we're going to get that swappy outy behavior. I think, I see that it's, oh, there it is. So it's now it'll flop colors with the mode. Very satisfying, I think. But we should do the sidebar as well. Shouldn't the sidebar behave the same way? Let's do that and then stop. Sidebar. That's not what I called it, apparently. Navigation. There we go. I'm going to have to stop in a second anyway because my daughter's coming to visit me at work, which is wonderful. Maybe it's an app.view. Site sidebar. Right. So there's the background that it's now. And we can do the same kind of thing where we just go light, dark. And this was designed in dark mode, so that would be the second parameter. So we'll just put white. Yeah, it goes white then. But the color is wrong, of course, because we just didn't do them both. So light, dark, and then go black in light mode. See, there's a comment from Tevin here. Can I respond just on? It feels weird. I've never done this before. So if I respond back, oh, here, I'll just do it on YouTube. Because your comment was on YouTube, so it'd be weird to reply on Twitch and YouTube. I'm going to say good luck, Tevin, so it's clear. It's the first stream comment I've ever replied to in my life. Hopefully you're still here to see it. Cool. How do we do with the light mode? The color didn't change. Why? Is it this color that it's actually inheriting? This makes me nervous to change color without changing background, but it may be the case. Oh, it's that. I see. Whatever that is. Inspect. The dot name, which would be part of the user, I guess. So dot name. Drop that same technology in there. Maybe that'll work. And the navigation probably has the same problem with colors. Is there colors being set here? No, it's just inheriting, which might be good. Yeah, pretty much. I don't mind that. We weren't trying to make the best one in the world. It's just the active route. Oh, it's there. There we'll put it. So that it'll be black, I guess. Light mode. So the active one actually isn't that different. Maybe we'll have a different behavior. Can't get much more black than black, so it's tempting to just, instead of inheriting the color, force this to be a little bit lighter of a color rather than inheriting. Just be like, I don't know, 444 or whatever, and have the active one be really dark. It's changing, but it's just not enough. 999. Yeah. That's like relatively satisfying. But then dark mode would be the same. So this would need to be a lot lighter when it's active. So the lightness, the LCH, the L is lightness. Make it like 90% or something. Router link active is a free class we get from the View router. Nice. It's something, just do it. Just make it white. 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 Oh, there's my daughters here. I gotta go. Goodbye, everybody.